Hello and welcome back. So I've cleaned off the outside of the carbs as best I can, and I've got this little carb rebuilding kit, which has got all the springs, washers, gaskets, needles, jets, hopefully all of those things which I can just change, which I can change out, and get this thing running properly. So before I put those carburetors back on, I think the next job to do now is give all this a good clean in here. I mean, this is proper minging. So yeah, I'll get a bit of WD-40, spray it around nice and liberally anywhere, brush it in to try and loosen up stuff, and very carefully try and get rid of a lot of this grime and shit and crap. Ew. I've got to be careful. I might put some better rags into these holes. You don't want anything falling into the cylinders. Oh no, I've got a feeling this is going to get very messy in here. Right, let's crack on with that then. You do the shaking back and put the freshness back. Do the shaking back and put the freshness back. Sorry, don't want to be listening to me singing, do you? I'm sure this isn't going to make the bike run any better. But when I've got all of this off, it does make sense to clean it all up now at the same time, doesn't it? And I'm sure a lot of the crap that's finding its way into the carburetor is all coming from under here anyway. So, yeah, so let's just scrubby-dub-dub and get all this cleaned up anyway. It's not going to do it any harm. Unless, of course, if I drop any of it into the cylinder heads. But I've taken the precautions there, so that should be okay. WD-40 is brilliant stuff. What would we ever do without it? In Australia, they got a similar sort of thing that they market, and it's called Start You Bastard, which I think is a great name as well. That's looking a lot better already, isn't it? Alright, well, I'm just going to crack on with this. So, I'll cut the video here, and I'll show the end result when I've done that. That's, of course, if it's any better. If the end result is looking pretty rubbish, I won't show you. So I've given all of this area now a good clean, and now what I'm going to do is just put a tiny little smear of washing up liquid just around the edge of this rubber boot, just to try and make it easier to slide the base of the carburetor back on there. I'm not sure how easy it'll go on there. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much dramas, but a little bit of that isn't going to do any harm. So what do you think of a little clean-up job in here? I think I've done a nice job in there. Nobody's going to ever see it, but at least it'll look a bit better. Right. Time to get this back into position. So, little plastic bag stuck to the bottom. Let's get rid of that. Get my pipes out ready to reconnect. So let's see. how easy that'll sit back on there. This is the bit that I was dreading, is getting this back on. Let's get the front bit on. I can't actually see the front. Feels like it's on good and secure in the front. Seems like the front's got on straight away. The back here, however, is a little bit more. Right. Let's try again. Try and get the back secured a bit first. Aha, there we are. Right. Are we in? Is it in? Said the actress to the bishop. Doesn't feel like it's in. No, that's definitely in. Right, that's in now. Okay. So that's that bit done. Now the pipes. Ooh, was it better to do the pipes first? I think it might have been better to do the pipes first. And the choke. Oh no, where's the choke even go? Right, I might have to take this off again and do what I should have done first. Oh, hang on, right, so there's the, route that underneath there. So there's one of the chokes goes in there, so presumably on the other side, the other choke cable goes in. Right, choke cable's down there. So on this side, right, yeah, so I need to take the back off again and do the choke cables first. Right. So before we lock it in place, then let's carburettor reinstallation part 2. Take 2. Put those pipes on first. Let's get your pliers. Come on, you mofo. Up you come. Right, there we are. So that's not connected up there. Choke cable needs to go in. Choke cable needs to go in down here. You can't see this, but trust me, the choke cable is going in down here. Right, that's the choke cable on that side. Choke cable on the back one. That goes in there. Like so. So after a lot of faffing around, now it's time for the, what's it called? Filter housing, I guess is what it's called. So I've got a few pipes to line up here, which is probably easier said than done. So I've got one goes in there. I'm just doing these very lightly to start with. Oh, so that one goes in there, and then underneath here. Ooh, how do we do this? How do we get these in? Let's pull that in a bit closer and you can see. So we've got these two pipes need to line up to the bottom. That needs to line up to the bottom. So that's, yeah, so we've got to get all those three lined up, and I sort of have to do it blind because you can't really see them properly. Just have to use a bit of feel. Well, that one's in. I can feel that one in. That one in front isn't. Is it? That's that one in. Rotated clip back on. Ah, now my hands are stuck. Oh, now let's go back out again. Right. That's in. Hands out, and it's still in. Good. Wheel that one at the back. Now I've just got this one here. Let's try. Right. Ooh. There we are. I think we got that now. That's it. I think that's in now. Now we've got these little doodads to put in. Oh no, I've got 8 bolts there to put in first. And then they go in. Now I'm going to have to go back over my old video to see which way around those goes. Big one, little one, or big one there, and little one there. I'm not sure. Oh, I've just noticed though. There's a narrow there, and there's a narrow there. So there's an arrow, and there's an arrow, so that's the way it goes, yes. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, there's a little arrow marked there. And the same there. So they go on that way. But before I do that, I've got 8 little bolts to put in. I'm very nervous about this actually, because, well, no, it's not the end of the world if I've done something wrong, but there's a lot of hassle putting these carburetors back on. If you go through all this hassle, put the carburetors back on, and then realise there's still something wrong with the carburetors, and you've got to take it all off again. Next thing is new air filter, housing on top of that. We change the spark plugs, fuel tank on, petrol, and fire her up, I hope. Right, goodies, we got goodies. So we have got new air filter, some oil, an oil filter, and a couple of spark plugs, and a receipt for 58 quid, which isn't too bad for that. Right. Okay. Wow, look at the difference. Get rid of that. Okay. Yes, that just sits on there loosely. And this, actually, you know, as soon as I've cleaned all the other bits, I'm going to give all the front of this a bit of a clean up as well. Right, let's get this in, if I can. Come on, in you go, come on. Come on, you can do it. There we are. Right. Now, I know I should take more care on taking both things off. But what I need is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 screws, which are all more or less the same. Yeah, it must be these. There we are. Right. Spark plugs are next. Okay, spark plug. Let's get you out. Right, you come. Oh, no, don't want to come out just yet. There we are. Ooh, look at that. There we are. Ooh, it's bad, isn't it? Well, I don't know if it's bad, but I suppose all spark plugs look the carburettor. That looks especially black and sooty. Right, new spark plug in there. Right, so that just take that off. That's more like it. Right, now for the front one. This one's a little bit more awkward to get at. Right, that's that out. Can't even see in there. Oh, this is fiddly. Come pop it. Oh, well, that's probably maybe from me just trying to start it. I don't know, but yeah, that's very oily, that one. Here you go. Let's get you seated again. Is that correct? Is that in? There we are. Right. Okay. Petrol tank time. Right, so that's all the fuel lines back on. And the breather hoses. A little electrical connection to put in here for the fuel sender, and then all right, let's see how we get on here then. There's going to be a lot of shouting one way or the other. It's either going to be positive shouting or very negative shouting. I hope the battery's charged enough, actually. I'm not sure what charge is left in the battery. It's been sat for a while. So, let's just get some fuel in there first. Right. Here we are. Lots of fuel. Ooh, come on, you beauty. Right. Do you need a bit of choke? I guess I do. We're in neutral. Obviously there's no petrol in the carbs at all. No petrol in the float those. How much do I try it? I don't know. What do you think, Stella? No sign of any fuel leaking anywhere. Use this pile of junk. absolutely off. So today, check if there's any fuel in the both those of the carbs. There's no fuel, so obviously no fuel getting out of the tank. So swap those around and yeah, there's the result. So that's what it was. It's still running well. I think I need to adjust. I need to probably adjust the carbs still. I need to adjust it. And also the choke cable isn't working properly. So I'm not sure if the choke is fully on or fully off or what's happening there, but I need to do something with the choke cable. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to change the oil. Yeah, I'm going to change the oil. Change the oil and filter. I'm going to take the back wheel off, give that all a good clean up all in around there. Obviously put fresh oil and stuff on the chain, give that a good clean and re-grease it, re-oil it. Give all this good clean, try and get all this surface rust off, and then put the bodywork back on. I'm going to need to take the tank off again and the carburetors, and because it's not running right there. I think the choke cable definitely isn't right. I thought I'd get away with it, but I won't. So I'm gonna have to get a new choke cable, or certainly the plungers that go into the carburetors anyway, and get that all fixed up. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm going to crack on with the rest of it. And first thing is oil change. Right, so the oil's been changed. As you can see there now, I've put the bike up on a paddock stand. So the next job is going to be taking the back wheel off, just inspecting all that area, giving it a good clean out. Yeah, so that's next. I think that's what it says. Yep. And I would imagine a 22 mil for the other side. 22? Yes. Right. Let's get this wheel off. Could do a ratchet for this, couldn't I? Or just screw that from the other side, it'd be easier actually. I don't need to take the back wheel off, but I thought it's something I can do. It is pretty minging in there, so I might as well just take it all out. It's easier just to clean the wheel as well. And the sprockets, and give all that a good clean up and tidy up, on the swing arm. Give all that clean up with the wheel out. So that's what we're doing. Right. Let's get that out. And of course, the thing you've got to be wary of here, taking the wheel off, is there's probably spacers and all sorts of things in there. I'm going to make sure I get them all back out in order. Alright, so there's the axle out. Need to get the back brake freed from it. Back brake is free. Let's sit up there for the moment. I just heard something fall. I presume that's a spacer from there. I'm going to get a pair of gloves on before I do any more because I'll have grease everywhere otherwise. I don't wear these often enough. I should wear them more often. Got a big box of them in there that I hardly ever use. Here we are. Out you come. That's how horrible these forks are. Oh, a little surface rust on it. I've already done this side. Not bad, eh? After, before. So I'll show you how I've done that. It's very quick and easy to do. Bit of tin foil, dip it in some water, and just a little scrub. You could do the same thing, just a bit of aerosol. Olive could do the same thing. Or get a vinegar soaked rag. And wrap that around it, let it soak overnight. I've heard all sorts of other things as well. There's things you do with salt and lemon. There was another thing I heard how to do. It was with using a potato dipped in washing up liquid. So a potato cut in half, dipped in washing up liquid. Yeah, and just rub it all over it, like with that. But I've always found this the easiest way. Simple bit of tin foil and some water, or water, as you call it over in America. Like a water, or like a water. It's a T, not a D. Not bad, eh? And that there is all done in real time, not speeded up. You saw how long that took me, a couple of minutes, and that's it. Right, so the VTR now is all back together again. I still, like I said previously, I still need to adjust the carburetors a bit more, have a little bit of a fiddle with those, a little bit of a tinker, because it's not running as well as it should do. But the bodywork is just sitting all over the shed floor, so I just wanted to get all that out of the way. And to get the carburetors in, I just need to take off the tank. So it doesn't matter if the bodywork's on there anyway. So I just thought I'll put it all back together again, and it gives me a bit of a feeling of accomplishment really then when I've got that done. So yeah, put it all back together again. Just a few little bits now, and just got a few little decals to put on. And then during the week, I'll have another little fiddle, a little tinker, and getting it running a bit sweeter. The end is almost here. Right, let's make sure I get this the same angle as the other side. So, start from the back actually, and go that way. So let's start from the back. So that's sort of about right. Okay. There we go. Ta-da! Not too bad if I may say so myself. Let's have a little close-up look. I think that's a cool looking bike. I do love these Firestorms. I'd have preferred it in the original yellow look to this blue, but this blue isn't too bad. Yeah, not looking too shabby. Well, thanks for looking. Hope you enjoyed this video. And I'm sure I'll have another video with a test ride soon. Alright, bye for now.